What's up guys, it is Chris back with another news video, and today we have news from SEIKO and a watch that I am personally very excited about. This is the SEIKO Prospex Speedtimer 1/100th of a second chronograph, and it reminds me of one of my favorite watches ever made from SEIKO, the SLQ Kinetic Chronograph. Before we get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. As I mentioned in the intro, SEIKO are back with some new Prospex speed timers. These are 1/100th of a second speed timers. These are chronographs, obviously, and you are getting functions that are actually separated on the dial. It's very reminiscent of SLQ Kinetic chronographs. These were the highest end kinetic watches that you could buy, and all of their functions were separated out. Those did get dates. This is not getting a date function, which I actually like. I thought that the date function worked really well on the SLQ, or works very well on the SLQ, but this looks a little bit different, and I really like the clean look. Some people are really gonna hate this. There are a lot of crowns on here. There are a lot of pushers. However, all in all, I think the design is awesome because it reminds me of that vintage SLQ, which was essentially a favorite of mine. I actually own a vintage version. I think it's the SLQ 007. I love that watch. I love the layout. The quality of those watches was very high as well. These will be solar chronographs, and like I said, you get 3 pushers and a crown. So at 2 o'clock, there is a pusher that is to start and stop the chrono. Then there is a pusher at the 10 o'clock position that is to reset and split second, so you get a 1/10 second chrono as well. Then you have a pusher at the 7 o'clock position that is for the mode button. So there's different modes that you can actually put this watch into. Then there is a crown at the 4 o'clock position, and that's obviously for adjusting that dial down at the bottom of the greater dial at the 6 o'clock position. That is the hours and the minutes. So that is also separated out. The thickness on here is 12.9 millimeters thick. It's around 42 millimeters wide and a 48.3 millimeter lug to lug. You're getting a sapphire crystal, Lumibright, 100 meters of water resistance. It's powered by a solar movement. That is the 8A50. There are going to be 4 different versions, as I mentioned in the intro. SFJ001, that is the white dial with black subdials. Then there is the SFJ003, that's the black dial with black subdials. So this is an all black version. Then there is a limited edition. This is the SFJ007. This is for World Athletics Championships in Budapest. This is a limited edition, and it is in all black PVD with a textured black dial. So those subdials are not textured. However, the rest of that greater dial is textured. And then there are some yellow accents on the dial as well. This is a really cool looking version. This is limited to 4,000 pieces. And then you get another limited edition. This is the SFJ005, and this is the 40th anniversary of the analog quartz. I'm not sure why they went this route and they did not celebrate the SLQ, which this obviously takes inspiration from, but doesn't make a lot of sense. This is probably the best looking of the lot. This gets a green dial with black subdials and orange accents. This is kind of a fall looking watch, time of year, but this is really good looking. This is also limited to 4,000 pieces. All 3 of these will be around that $900 mark. So on the more expensive side, but considering those SLQs are very expensive these days, and this is a solar powered movement, so obviously it can be charged by any light. It's actually pretty functional. It's a really good everyday watch, and I think these are very good looking. 42 millimeters is the right size for this watch as well. If you made it a little bit smaller, it would be really hard to actually have that layout the way it is with everything separated out. So I do think 42 millimeters is the perfect size for this watch. And it's definitely one of the best SEIKO releases that I have seen in a long time. I just don't understand why they didn't do any sort of call out to the SLQ. I will say that one more time. I have a video where I reviewed the SLQ here on my channel. definitely check that video out. I am always looking at the SLQ because I think they are really, really cool watches. They are Kinetics, but they are powered by a 9 series movement. That means they are very high end, and it definitely shows. If you see these watches, you see the movements, they're actually very, very nice. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of these new chronographs? Do you think they're ugly? A lot of people do think they are ugly. The SLQ was famously worn by Jay Leno. A lot of people call it the Jay Leno. But all in all, I think these are good looking. I could see why people think they are not, but in my opinion, I find them very attractive. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Are they ugly or are they cool? I would like to hear what you guys think. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel. I very much appreciate it. It helps me bring you these news videos, and obviously I love making these videos, so please don't forget to like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisVlog, all one word. Anyway guys, thank you for logging on. I will catch you guys in the next video.